In Nigeria, where militant group, the Niger Delta Avengers, say they are ready to negotiate with government, but only if independent foreign mediators are involved. Now, last week, the group, which wants a greater share of Nigeria's oil wealth to go to the impoverished Niger Delta region, rejected an offer from the government to hold talks. The group has been carrying out attacks on oil facilities in Nigeria's southern oil region. And those attacks have pushed oil production to a 20-year low in what was, until recently, Africa's biggest oil-producing nation. Its production has fallen behind that of Angola in just the last few weeks. Let's bring you more on this latest development. CCTV's Deji Badmus joins us live from Lagos. Deji, it seems the Avengers are finally ready to talk with government, but only if foreign mediators intervene. What's government's response to that particular condition?
Well, the government has maintained silence over that, just like it has been doing all this while. The government has not reacted to those conditions now given by the Avengers. We just wait and see if that is going to happen. But if you ask me, I really don't think it's a condition that this government will be willing to accept. I think the further pressure will be brought on the Avengers now to sort of soft pedal on their demand now. Not just the demand for a foreign mediator now. They've also asked the oil companies not to carry out repairs on all the pipelines now that have been bombed until all the talks are over. That would be a very difficult condition for the government because at the moment the government is running short in terms of revenue from oil now. And there's no question at all that the government would want the pipelines fixed as soon as possible while the talks are going on. So we just wait and see what happens, but the government hasn't said anything. We don't expect the government anyway to say anything publicly. I think what we're gathering is that further talks are going on to pressure the Niger Delta Avengers now to soft pedal on their, some of those conditions. This is purely an internal matter. That's what some security sources have been saying, that this is purely an internal matter and that it wouldn't make sense at all, and it wouldn't be a good one for the government to invite foreign mediators now to intervene.
Well, if you just look at the damage that the Avengers have brought to Nigeria's oil sector, they don't look the type to backpedal or soft pedal on some of these demands. At this point, does it look likely that attacks on oil pipelines could continue?
Well, at least we haven't seen any attack at all over the past few days now. They actually pledged that they were going to suspend attacks on pipelines after coming out to accept to dialogue with the government. And so far, they are maintaining that. I mean, for the past 3 or 4 days now, there's been no attack unlike what we used to have in the past. And now, will that continue to hold? Very likely, because at least it's a step forward that this group has accepted to talk with government. Just a week ago, they said they were not going to talk with the government at all. So I don't think we're likely to see more attacks on pipelines. If we see anything like that, then it might be coming from some other groups who probably would also want to make a statement of intent. But so far, they have pledged not to carry out further attacks, and we haven't seen any. We just have to wait and see if the situation continues to hold. I believe it will continue to hold because it appears they are very much willing now to negotiate with the government.
Well, let's hope that fragile calm rather does hold, as you suggest. Thanks very much, Deji Badmus, live for us there in Lagos.